Anyway. There we go. So then, we got, that's on my team for definite. Awesome, pretty cool, it's alright. What were they thinking? Showing the persona, shut up, Sandshrew. I do not think any of these Pokemon will be under what were you thinking. I think all these Pokemon are really cool. Alright. I think all these are pretty cool. None of these are inherently bad. Right? Do you agree with me? Can people agree with me on this? We'll make our way up. We'll start with starters. Okay, we got Brigatito. Pretty awesome, in my opinion. It's cute. It's gonna be furry bait, we can all tell. But you know. And it's gonna stand up on 2 legs. No, shut up, Sandshrew. That's just weird. But Vader doesn't. Fuecoco. I think it's pretty awesome as well. If it does not turn into an awesome badass crocodile, I'm gonna scream. It has the potential to be a badass crocodile. No, he's not on my team. He's in awesome. Leave it alone. For now, okay? I mean hot because I'm going to blaze it. Sure. Sure, that's what you mean, Sandshrew. Totally believe you. Then you have Quaxley. Quaxley is definitely on my team. Look at this trooper of a duck. Amazing Pokemon. You're keeping it at Fuecoco. No. You gotta evolve it. I want to know. You're the only one who's gonna pick Fuecoco in our little friend group. I need you to show me how good the final evolution is to Fuecoco, alright? I need you. Fido? It's alright. I'm sorry, I'm just not into the whole dog thing. Shut up, Sandshrew. I'm not into the doe lifestyle, you know. It's alright, I guess. It's alright. I don't hate it. I definitely don't hate it. I just... Maybe its evolution could bump it up for me later on. I'll definitely do a tier list of all the Pokemon eventually after I've done my playthrough. I'll send you pics, Lamau. Right, so Sea Titan, fucking awesome, mate. A whale, an ice whale that stands on 2 feet. Creative as fuck. Alright. Is this a pun? What, Fuecoco or Quaxley? Oh, Fido. Fido, yeah. Well, most of these, we're getting up to another pun name. Pun-named one. So... yeah, I just love Sea Titan. It looks pretty cool. The teeth is a bit weird, but then, you know, whale teeth are weird in general. So yeah, I like Sea Titan. Pumy. I think it's pretty cool. I think it will definitely evolve into something pretty cool. It's Pokemon, the whole puns, yeah. But it's pretty cool. I do like it. I don't know if it's fire or electric type. That's one of the things that I haven't actually looked at. Is like typings for Pumy and some of these other ones. Yeah. I think you'll get it. Pumy, alright. I think I need to see its evolution to see if I love it more or hate it less. You know. Smoliv. I know I'm going to get a lot of hate for this. It's alright. Come on, it's just an olive. Again, the evolutions might change my thoughts about it. But it's an olive. That's small. I mean, I like the design of it. But I don't think it's pretty cool. I think it's just alright. You know, wait, what? UK, you small of great. What? You know, you. I sound true. That was more brokers in English than I do. All right. Again, evolutions could change things. Fuck you. Okay. I mean, it's all right. Again, that's why it's an all right. But I think of the other ones way more fondly than Smolov. Then you have Lechonk. Boom. Right at the top, baby. It will stay there. Possibly until I know every single other Pokemon, it will still be right at the top. Lechonk is the GOAT. It's the greatest Pokemon of all time. Alright? This is what I'm gonna solo Lechonk eventually in Violet. It's gonna be insane. You know Lechonk doesn't need to evolve to be that good at beating gym leaders and the champions. Alright. I bet I could beat Champion Cynthia with Lechonk on its own. Because that's how Lechonk rolls, alright? He just does it. He just one-shots all the opponents, alright? What the hell are you on about, Logic? Lechonk isn't Spheal. That is true. Spheal is not Lechonk. And neither is Lechonk Spheal. But Lechonk is still pretty awesome by itself. It is the GOAT. It is the pig ham. It's Sith tongue. Alright, cool. Now then, we have Koraidon. You know what? It'll be on my team anyway, because I'm doing Skylit. Way better than Miraidon. I'm sorry, I like the more primal aesthetic of the Pokemon more than the futuristic. I don't think robots really suit Pokemon. It would suit Digimon, in my opinion. But I don't think robotizing Pokemon really works for Pokemon. I mean, it works for Clink Clang and Magnezone. Porygon's technically a robot. Yeah, but, like, they were already made to be robots, right. But not have Pokemon turn into robots. Like, clearly what has happened in the recent trailer for Dunfan. One of them is primal, one of them is a robotized one. Speaking of which, the new Donphan and the two new Donphans are not in here. But I would say Primal 1 is still very much at the top, while the other one is alright. You know. Alright, so we have this one. Miraidon. It's alright. I'm sorry. I love the color, don't get me wrong. Literally what I was talking about, robotizing Pokemon. It's mid, exactly. Not as cool as Koraidon over here. Miraidon though, don't like it. It's unfortunate because it is my favorite color. You know, purple, violet kind of purple. You know, same as Nido King and that. It's just a shame that Miraidon doesn't do it for me. Nah, I don't think it deserves pretty cool. I think it's just alright. Now then, we got Paldean Wooper. Not as good as Quaxley, but it's Wooper. It's our boy Wooper. We gotta love Wooper. Alright. Wooper and Quagsire is just amazing. Even if it's not going to turn into Paldean Quagsire, or whatever, you already know it's going to be good because it's Wooper. Wooper is just an amazing Pokemon. If you don't agree, get out of my sight. Just get out. Alright. Alright, so we have Scyther next. I think it's pretty cool. I don't like how, because it's clearly Scyther is going to evolve into either Koraidon or Miraidon. It's clearly obvious. This is like the basic bitch form. While these are the future and past forms, are like, you know, the evolution of Sizzler. This is the one that everybody has, and the one that you have is probably so special that it can evolve into either Miraidon or Koraidon. You don't like it? No, do you know what? I don't blame you. Sizzler just seems like the basic bitch Pokemon. But you already can tell this is what is going to evolve into one of these two. 100%. You can just tell it. Can't you? Alright, so we have Grafaiai. Grafaiai is actually pretty fucking awesome in my opinion. I love the idea of like a paint spray Pokemon with a little bit of a twist to it. I think that's what Pokemon can do like extremely well. Is get a simple idea and then mix it in with an animal that has a similar concept to it as well. I think it's just perfect. Grafaiai, just one of those perfect Pokemon for a perfect generation. For like, it's perfect for the generation that is in. And I think the design of it, I freaking love it. I'm hoping the evolution will just be cool. Like Toxicity, it's kind of cool. Alright. This is Clorf, isn't it? Clorf? Clorf is... it's alright. I think... it's just a crab, isn't it? It's just a mossy crab. I mean, it's better than Cormy. I like it better than Cormy. Clorf is pretty okay. It's definitely got something to do with like the new totem Pokemon things. We'll find out tomorrow. I'm guessing this is like the first totem Pokemon you face in the game. Kingler but mid. Yeah. He hasn't got one large claw or anything. He just looks like a regular ass crab, in my opinion. But you know what? It's alright. It's alright. I can't remember the name of these, the Power Rangers. I think one of them... oh my god, I have to look this up now. I gotta find out the name of these. I can't remember which trailer it was in. I can't look at the Pokédex to try and find it either, if not I'm going to be spoiled. But anyway, they're both alright. In my opinion. They're too humanoid for me. I think they're pretty cool, though. I think I like the Blade form more. The Blade one. But they're too humanoid, in my opinion. It just looks like humans with armor on. Red Man and Purple Man, yeah. The new Marvel superheroes right here. They're gonna defeat Thanos in the Pokemon world. Because, I don't know, Thanos escaped to the Pokemon world, and they are gonna come after them. Well, this is a bit inaccurate. Alright, now here comes Shawnee. We are gonna have some arguments now. I'll be shouting at him in a second, don't worry. Kick W, JK. Yes, Quaxley deserves to be up here. Then Lechonk. Lechonk does have that bit more priority than Quaxley. Alright. Wiglet. It's just... I don't understand why it's not a Alolan, like a Peldanian Diglett. But at the same time, I do get it. This is a mollusk, while Diglett is a mole. That's pretty much it. But it looks too basic. I'm sorry, it's too basic. Again, the evolution might change my mind of it. It could be 3 Wiglets, like Dog Trio, Wig Trio. I don't know. It also looks a bit phallic. But you know, it's fine. I don't think it harms the Pokemon games to have this in the game. Faragarath. I think I said that right. Faragarath. Ooh, I've always wanted a giraffe Pokemon, a proper one. I feel like giraffe. What was the name of the pre-evolution? I keep saying Faragarath a lot. Now I can't remember what the name of the previous evolution is. Girafarig. Girafarig, that's it. I think it always needed an evolution, but I feel like it's a few generations too late. What? I don't like robotized Pokemon. I really don't. I don't know. I don't think it really suits Pokemon to just have robotize them, you know? I very much prefer like the primal look, the caveman look, than over the futuristic look. I don't know. Bellybolt, it's awesome. I like Bellybolt. He's so derpy, he's squishy. Gonna be amazing. I'm hoping it does evolve at least once. I feel like, or has a pre-evolution. It might actually have a pre-evolution, actually, now I'm thinking about it. Frog. He is a frog. He's an adorable frog, right? He's the most adorable frog. Get out of the way, Politoed. You don't like the Rotom Dex, to be honest. Yeah, well, that's not an actual Pokemon, is it? Oh, I've run out of Dusk Balls on a Diamond, but that's fine. I don't think I've got that many Pokemon left to catch anyway. Right, and then we have Graveyard. Oh, I have a little bit of a soft spot for Graveyard at the moment. A dead dog Pokemon. That's going to be sad for the people who know, and for the people who don't know, he'd be like, what? I just have a lot of feels for Graveyard being a literal dead dog. Yeah. But he's adorable, he's cute, and I love him. 7 Pokemon team, cheater. Listen, right. You gotta remember, Koraidon isn't... It's gonna be on your team, but also not on your team at the same time. Be like Pikachu in Let's Go Pikachu, where he would just always be there, even though he's not on your team. But yeah, Graveyard is amazing. I think he will definitely get an evolution. I think it is like a 2 evolution Pokemon, maybe. Maybe I'll have a pre-evolution where it's just the Bone and Candle. Who knows? But yeah, I have a really big soft spot for Graveyard at the moment, and it gets me a little bit emotional every time I see it. I miss you every day, Solo. I really do. Anyway, Gimme Goal, chest form. It's alright. It's alright. It's one of the better object Pokemon. But roaming form, I think, is pretty cool. Especially if it's going to be a Pokemon Go exclusive. Thank you, Shawnee. Especially if Gimme Goal roaming form is going to be Pokemon Go exclusive. Like Meltan and Melmetal are. While the chess form is only exclusive to the games. That'd be like a little cool cross thing between the two. So yeah, that's my tier list. I do not think, though, that all of these Pokemon that we've seen so far in trailers and that, I do not think any of them are damn right horrible. But then again, I always have a love for all Pokemon. No respect for the chest. Guess you're an ass man. Yes. This is why Snorlax would be at the top. But yeah, this is my tier list for all the Pokemon that was announced during trailers. This is truly how I think about most of these. Again, I'll do another one after I've finished the games and like complete the Pokédex in them. to get my thoughts on the evolution to all these Pokemon. Maybe even all the new Pokemon could be really cool and everything. That's why Sprigatito belongs at the top. Nah. Listen. Not at the moment. Not at the moment. I actually like the Pokemon from Gen 7. Yeah, they're pretty good. I don't know though. Better than Gen 8? Generation 8 had its bangers, alright. They had their banger Pokemon. The goats. I feel like Generation 8 gets a lot of flack. Just because one tree looked very bad in the overworld. Well, all trees in the overworld look bad, so the entire game is bad, even though it's not a bad generation. I wouldn't say it's the best generation, but I would still say it's a pretty good generation. We had Sword and Shield, its DLC, which is the first time we actually got DLC for a mainline Pokemon game, which were pretty decent, in my opinion. Pretty decent ones. But saying that, the last DLC, the Crown Tundra, you got Keldeo, and 3 amazing legendaries out of it. Like, that alone would just make the DLC so good. We're talking about Pokemon, not trees, yeah. Nah, the story wasn't that lacking. I think it had a dumb ending. I agree to that. Chairman Rose just last minute, oh, I'm gonna turn bad for no freaking reason. Not even though I could just wait 24 hours. He could wait 24 hours. Leon literally just said to him, before he decides to go all maniac on everyone, oh, wait until a day after tomorrow and we will help you, Rose. He couldn't be You talking about me not being impatient. He was so impatient that he tried to prevent something that was going to happen for years. It wasn't going to happen for freaking years. Maybe even hundreds of years, they said, or something like that. Right? And Leon said, I would help you every step of the way, just let us have tomorrow. And Rose did not had the patience to wait. What a stupid story point. Like, what? Like, you know, I don't think something like that is a day's gonna make a difference. Especially since you've got hundreds of years to sort out whatever it needs to sort out. I think it was just power consumption with Eternatus. They had freaking years to sort it out. One day was not going to change anything. He could have just waited. Yeah, but then in Generation 8, we gotta think about the broader side of Generation 8. We got the return of Pokemon Snap. We got the return of Pokemon Mystery Dungeon, but a remake of the first game with Mega Evolution and content that combined both versions of the game into one. We also had the Diamond and Pearl remakes. We had Legends Arceus. Again, Legends Arceus may look a bit monkers when you look at it from a distance, like the distance, but Legends Arceus was a brave new direction that I bet a lot of people wanted from the Pokemon games. Of the second... Oh, yeah. Let's have a remake of the Explorers Darkness, Sky, and Time. Where all of them are put together. That would be pretty cool. By the same developer who did the Pokemon Mystery Dungeon DX. I think that would be really cool for Gen 9. What else came out in Gen 9? In the Gen 9 period. We had Pokemon Unite. That's all I can say about that. I've never played it, but it seems like a lot of people enjoy Pokemon Unite. Remakes fully voiced, please. That would be pretty good. Yeah, we had Cafe Mix. Are you happy for Cafe Mix? I don't know. We did have our ups and downs with Sword and Shield. Apparently a lot of people hate BDSP, even though that was what they asked for. Everybody asked for a Diamond and Pearl remake. They got it, and then people hated it. Yeah. In my opinion, Generation 8 was not as bad as people keep on saying about it. Is it the worst generation? It's debatable, but I think a lot of things besides Sword and Shield does make up for it to be a really good generation. Pokemon fans are just yeah. I think what they wanted was Platinum Dex. I actually did want a Platinum Dex. I feel like it would have benefited so much more with the Platinum Dex if we could get Gliscor and during the game and not just post game. Like, all the Mammospines, the EVs and all that. Alright, I think I've now got enough Pokemon to send over. Yeah, way too many Pokemon. Here I am talking, like, and I've way overloaded of my Pokemon that I actually needed. I still think Generation 8 will be remembered. But no way does it deserve the hate that it gets. In no way in hell. Underground was good. What, Pokemon Underground? What? Oh, the Underground, yes. Well, no, because a lot of them still had evolutions that was locked to post-game, weirdly. If Gliscor could evolve during the story, I would have been so much more happier. Right. What? Maybe I'm not explaining what I mean by Platinum Dex. I haven't changed out my Pokemon yet. Yeah. I just hated how a lot of Pokemon were just locked to the post-game, or like post-game evolutions. That was really sucky. Compared to like how Platinum handled them. Like, you had Eevee, two new Eevee evolutions for that generation, but they didn't let you have Eevees till the post-game? Like, if you have new Pokemons that was specifically made for that region, why would you lock them to the post-game? That makes zero sense. In the grand scheme, you can trade if you're desperate. Yeah. But we don't need to do that. Like, if Gligar is there, why can't we not evolve it during the game? It makes no sense.